Peace, diehards. What's up? It's your boy Eru, the Any Star host of the Knicks podcast. This is Dire State of Mind. We're gonna be talking about Giannis, man. Giannis is in the finals, and it's kind of self-explanatory. How the Knicks are gonna compete with Giannis going forward, man. So we're gonna get right into it. We got State here with me. Like I said, Dire State of Mind. Dire Knicks podcast. Let's get right into it, guys. State, man, I gotta shake it, get the energy up, man. You know what I'm saying? What's going on with your kid? You there, State? Oh no! Did State get frozen? Gotta wake him up. Let's bring him out and bring him back in. State. I think he might have took his thing off. While we waiting for State to wake up.
That's mad funny. I can't hear you. Yo, what the hell, dog?
I don't know. I can hear you. You got to come right back in again. Anyway, we're gonna be talking about Giannis and how we're gonna compete with him because they're in the finals and they're just about to win their next championship. So he already won 2 MVPs. So the Knicks are definitely gonna have to compete with him going forward. So let's try this again. What's up, State? You can hear me now?
Now I can hear you. Now.
All right.
What's up, bro?
Chilling. Yeah, you got to get those buttons together, man.
I'm trying, man.
Yeah. Anyway, this is live stuff, man. So everybody understands.
Mm-hmm.
So what's up, man? Let's talk about Giannis. Giannis is he's definitely gonna be a problem for us going forward, man. He won 2 straight MVPs. They're on the cusp of winning their first championship. What's on your mind with that?
Yo. All right, so for older Knicks fans, I don't know about Shy, but for me, Giannis has one of the most, how can I put this? He's in his prime right now. He's so dominant right now that he's giving me 2012 LeBron vibes to the point where it's like, do you really want to do an all-in trade next 2 years? like to that point. And listen, I don't love our roster. I kind of hate it. And I hope Leon Rose improves the roster. But, looking at Giannis, he's the guy we got to go beat now if he wins the NBA championship. And I'm assuming that he's going to win tomorrow. So, for me, that's the guy that we got to look at. And he has one of the best resumes ever for a 26-year-old. And he has a chance, if he wins a ring, I don't know how you gonna feel about this, what I'm about to say, but if he wins a ring, he's arguably the second best power forward of all time.
That's so relative, man, because you're talking about hardware. So he did win 2 MVPs. He has all the stats and stuff like that. But it has to do with errors. Eye tests. We talk about basketball. People bring up stats. But there's also the eye test too. You know what I'm saying? The guy, he's good. I don't want to diminish anything, whatever, because we used to do that with other players too, like Barkley and Karl Malone. Oh, Karl Malone is trash. Ewing is trash. But then when let history tell itself, we look back at those errors, and those guys were great. Like Patrick Ewing, he would come down and hit like 5 or 6 straight jump shots, 18 feet out, and we used to be like, oh, Ewing is trash, but. In hindsight, damn, I wish we can get a guy like that, man. So I can't trash him, but errors is errors, man. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see how history plays out. But we got to let history play itself out.
I hear you. The reason why is because Barkley don't got a ring, Malone don't got a ring, Dirk has 1 ring. Dirk is the top 6 scorer of all time, so I respect Dirk. But Giannis is more dominant than Dirk. Kevin Garnett has 1 ring. But Giannis is more dominant than Kevin Garnett, and he didn't run to a super team like Kevin Garnett did. So that automatically votes Giannis in front of Kevin Garnett.
Well, Kevin Garnett didn't actually run to a super team. He got traded over there.
I mean, he still ran.
He didn't do it. He didn't do it. Minnesota traded him to Boston.
But he orchestrated that. That was behind the scenes. He was a part of that trade. Like, he didn't want to leave, but he orchestrated that as well. So we can't sit here and say, oh, well, he got traded. Well, he orchestrated the trade. He ran with the grind. He got his
If
ass
you
kicked.
say so, but these guys are not the front office guys. Front office guys are the ones that got to agree to make these trades.
So, matter of fact, I think we spoke about this like a couple weeks ago. So when you got a guy like Kevin Garnett, and then they had the under the table deal with Joe Smith, and then they lost all their first round picks, and then you're dominant year after year after year after year. You only been to the Western Conference Finals one time. I can understand why he jumped shit. I respect it. He got one. He's one MVP, Defensive Player of the Year. Kevin Garnett's cool, but he's not more dominant than Giannis. I'm sorry. And I watched both of them in their primes. He's not. Nah, he's not more dominant than Giannis. He got more offensive game. Like he got more tools in the bag. But damn, Giannis got no bag, and he's averaging 28. So it's like I'm taking Giannis over him. Charles Barkley, with all due respect, I'm taking Giannis over Charles Barkley. Two-time MVP, Defensive Player of the Year, all defensive first team. I believe multiple times. You got to take him over all of those guys. It's only one dude, and that's Tim Duncan, and he's questionably the best power forward of all time, literally.
I hear you, bro. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, I gotta when it's happening, I can't crown a guy while it's happening because the old timers used to do it to us too. When Kevin Garnett and all these guys, Dirk, and even Duncan, I think Duncan got his respect right off the jump for some reason. But all these other guys, Garnett and Dirk and whoever else you can think of, Chris Webber's another guy that nobody really talks about. At the time, nobody wanted to give those guys their props. Even their peers like Barkley didn't give these guys their respect or whatever when they first came into the league. You know what I'm saying? So I guess it's just a different era. So like I said, I don't like to get into the fights about it. Like just going back and forth with that. But I think history will tell the tale as time goes on. Once we get out of this era and we can look back into it, then we can really start giving guys that those props. But I mean, you got a point, man. Like all the trophies and stuff. And then plus just the style of play, the way that he plays. He just sticks out in this era, man. So he's definitely going to be I can't really argue with him being maybe number 2 or even possibly number 1 day. But history will tell that tale.
So now that we Gabe talked about Giannis, he's in our conference. The Bucks is in the Eastern Conference, and if he wins this ring, he's going to come back next season with a confidence like no other. And we're gonna have to build a team in order to beat the Bucks. So I'm gonna shoot this back at you. Are you confident about the Knicks beating the Bucks the next 2 years?
Yeah, I'm not afraid of it. Yeah, that's the thing. See, like we're in the era now, so like I know Giannis is doing this. He about to win the championship, but when we played him, I didn't fear him. You know what I'm saying? That's the difference between the thing. That's why I can't really compete with it because the Knicks had a decent team to go against the Bucks. The Bucks could have been hurt. Whatever. But the Knicks had their bumps and bruises too. But this season, we actually showed everybody how to stop Giannis. You basically got to stop him from running straight at the rim. And Tom Thibodeau, his defensive strategies or whatever was able to stop him from doing that. Because I'm not looking at the stats now, but a couple of those games, like we had him locked down for like quarters, like for like little big pieces of time on the thing. Like then he would just get loose and then he would score a little bit. But then the Knicks were able to put clamps on him to stop him from getting that beeline to the basket. So I mean, like I said, I'm not afraid of Giannis, truthfully. But at the same time, it's not just Giannis; it's the team itself. You want to talk about the coach, the culture that's over there. Giannis is a big part of all of that. You know what I'm saying? So I just just from being a competitor and having my team and stuff like that, I'm just not afraid of those guys, man. I'm just not afraid of them. I feel like we're very close to being able to smack them around if we need to.
Very close. Die Hard, I strongly disagree with you.
You always do, man. But I mean, we were 40. Whatever our record was, 41-31. Fourth seed. So we are close. We are the 4th seed, right?
He said
if we're in the 4th seed, we were the 4th seed, right?
Dog, We was the fourth seed in the season with 72 games. Everybody was injury riddled. COVID was still happening. And it was only 2K fans in the stands for 60 games.
Okay,
What
you,
happened
you
when
say
them? Uh-huh.
well. I didn't mean to interrupt you, but you say that,
No,
but
go
all
ahead.
that stuff applies to Giannis too. All that stuff you say for the Knicks that applies to the Knicks, it applies to Giannis and the Bucks too.
And look at, and with that said, Giannis is averaging 29, 13, and 5 in the playoffs. And you gonna sit here and tell me with a straight face that you ain't scared of Giannis for these next 2 years? So this is why I wanted to talk about that subject, because he's coming off a championship. We have an off season where we got 60 million in cash rates. We got 2 first round picks. He's the guy we gotta go beat. So where do you begin first to tweak the team? Like, where do you start first to tweak this team in order to try to like combat that guy?
Well, first we got to look at the roster. Like I said, there's something going on with this damn uh StreamYard stuff, man. But I'm gonna just pull up the guys that are under contract right now.
Mhm.
If this thing will cooperate with me here. So guys that are under contract, current Knicks contracts. Here they go. So I just put up on the screen. Me and you both know, right? But I just for shits and giggles, Julius Randle, we got RG Barrett, Obi Toppin, Knox, Luca, quickly, Mitch, and Pell. Those are the guys that we currently have on the contract. So everybody else, like from the Derrick Roses, Frank Ntilikina, Alec Burke, Alfred Payton, none of those guys are on the roster. So we can only talk about the guys that are currently signed. So with that $60 million that we have, there's a plethora of free agents out there available. We can still re-sign some of these guys to add to this thing, and we definitely need to upgrade Alfred, and we definitely need to upgrade Bullock. If we do both, then we'll be right there looking at Giannis. He'll have somebody else to fight against.
Not enough, bro. I'm really scared of that man, bro. That's not
See,
enough.
that's what I mean. You're different. I'm not scared of nobody, man. I'm not scared of no basketball team. I'm not scared of no player. Because there's been so many players in the NBA that like right now,
Mhm.
Miami could mess around and make a trade, and next thing you know, they got a super team. Miami is always very dangerous. There's a bunch of other teams too. There, if they make one or two little moves, all of a sudden they're gonna be the scary team, man. So I don't fear nobody. The only thing I fear is Frank fans. You know what I'm saying? Because they come on your YouTube thing and they give you all a bunch of dislikes and they bomb your Instagram and all kind of stuff, man. So
Yo,
those are the only people that I fear is Frank fans.
the way you feel
They're
about
irrational asses. Go ahead.
this is so funny. The way you feel about Frank fans is how I feel about Julius Randle fans. I really dislike Julius Randle fans. I hate them. You remember in Men in Black when they had that little thing and they flashed it and they make you forget everything? Like people just want us to just forget Julius Randle playoff series. Like I can't. It's stuck in my brain. Like every time I think about the playoffs, I think about 17 points per game, 28% from the field. But it's cool. It's cool. I'm gonna be cool about it. Now, the one thing I will say, and shout outs to the chat, I think where's it at? Julius Randle will fight back versus Giannis. And yes, I definitely agree with that. But Julius Randle, RJ Barrett ain't enough. We're gonna need more help. But mainly we need a wall, right? We gotta build this wall. We gotta start building this wall. So when we start building this wall, does it begin with Mitchell Robinson? And the reason I'm saying yes for me, because when I'm looking at Giannis, I want a guy who's tall, but who's athletic enough to stay with him on switches when Giannis is looking to do pick and roll plays. So, do you think the wall starts with Mitchell Robinson, or do you think it starts with somebody else?
Well, the first line of defense, at the rim is going to be Mitchell Robinson. So Mitchell Robinson, he's going to be very important, man. Well, I just want to shout out to the person that said that. That's Rafael Diaz. I never actually got on the show with him, but I've seen him on plenty other people's shows. So I just shout out to you. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? But Mitchell Robinson, absolutely, he's the last line of defense. He's mobile.
Mm-hmm.
He's able to get to fill space and stuff like that. He's getting stronger. This, that, and the other. We definitely needed him this year. In that first win that we had against the Bucks, Mitchell Robinson was a big part of that. The big part of helping to stop Giannis from moving. Because as soon as Giannis gets a step, he's at the rim. If you
Yes.
cut if you cut his legs off, he can't move. Because he can't shoot. So that there is a formula to beat this guy, man. So I got the roster still up there, man, because you mentioned Julius Randle and RG's not enough, but we got $60 million to spend. So by
Mhm.
default, we only have 8 players signed. Somebody else put that up on it too. So there's only 8 players signed. So by default, we still got to get up to what 15, right? So we definitely are going to get better. How we get better, that's to be determined. But I think we do have the potential to get a couple pieces to compete with the Bucks.
This is why I keep saying, like, I think you mentioned Duncan Robinson a couple days ago. He's cool, but I need some dogs, bro. I need some dogs. I need some real dogs because you're not going to beat Milwaukee with a guy like Duncan Robinson can help, but I need some dogs. I need some guys who can switch 1 through 3, who can hit a 3-point shot, or could probably play make a little bit, or just play their role in general. Like I need a couple of those guys. I remember I'm random names that's popping in my head. We already spoke about PJ Tucker. Uh oh man, another name. Jermichael Green. Just going Justice Winslow. We spoke about him. Just straight going Will Barton. We gotta add some bodies into this equation. The one name that keeps coming back to me too, and I just need us to talk about this. It's 2 names that are, and I want to hear your take on this because I don't want nobody else to steal this specific narrative. But Dwight Howard and Laurie Marketing. I don't know why, bro, but those 2 names keep coming to my brain. Dwight, because I need a goon at center, and I need somebody who's opposite of Mitch, somebody with more girth around him, somebody who's just bigger, stronger, and a vet. And Larry Marketing, because I need a guy who's opposite of Mitch. Dwight, a guy who could space the floor. So how, like, you think those two along with Mitch, along with Julius Randle, could probably help us, like, combat what the Bucks is trying to bring at us?
Yeah, I agree, man. We went and got that dude Pell for that particular reason. But Pell is completely trash. He's like he might not even be worthy of being in the NBA at all. They're doing him a favor by giving him a long look. maybe helping his credit score a little bit, maybe to get some stuff off his credit score with an NBA contract. So. But getting a guy like Dwight Howard, somebody that has plenty of NBA experience, still in great shape. Marketing is a guy that's dangling. We could probably pick him up for the low. He has the height, whatever, and he's going to give you something to make a Giannis work on the opposite end. But at the same time, this is the problem that we have in every era. When Michael Jordan was the guy, everybody was trying to get the Jordan stopper. So
Mhm.
like you work so hard to get the Jordan stopper that you forget to make your team better. Like let's say like Utah, the Chicago Bulls play Utah twice, right, in the NBA Finals.
Mhm.
They had the dude that Jordan hit his last shot as a Bull in. He basically pushed him to the side, but that was the Jordan stopper. This like some of the other teams too, man. Like Golden State had a Jordan stopper. Like every team had a Jordan stopper, whatever. But you forget that you have to also do something to make your team better to beat that other team too. You can't just like focus on just getting that. Just figure out a way to stop that one player. There's a whole basketball game to play. So you got that's one thing we got to be very careful with when we start talking about that stuff.
Yep. And I strongly agree. People kill me sometimes, right? Because I'm looking in the chat, and I love you guys. I love when you guys is giving us takes and saying what y'all want, man. I love that. Keep the takes coming. Um, so Larry Marketing, just real quick, you know, Larry Marketing, he came off the bench for the Bulls. He played the 5. He played the 4. He already averaged 18 and 9 already, 9 rebounds. People call him soft. People call him this. People call him that. Okay, cool. You can have your narratives on Lowry marketing, just like a lot of people got their narratives on Colin Sexton. But I will say this: those players that get into new situations or get under certain coaches, they don't look the same. So y'all can say you, Lowry's a paper man made of glass. Okay, cool. But when we get into the playoffs next year, and we need a big who could space the floor, who could play his back to the basket, who can face up, who could put the ball on the floor, and brings you a different dimension to the offense, then we'll see. We'll see. People say, yo, they packed the paint on Julius Randle when we was playing against the Hawks. Okay, they ain't gonna pack the paint no more if you got a guy like Lowry coming off the bench. Or I'm not gonna say he's gonna start because Tiz would never start. Hell no. But coming off the bench though, I wouldn't mind it. I definitely would not mind it, bro.
Yeah, it's definitely something that we need. Just roster building. We have to put the best team that we can on the court. Mitchell Robinson is basically one sided. But like you said, to get to call in your bunch and get a guy to come in there to change the game on you, that screws everything up for the opposing coach too, because they have to game plan for that. It's okay. Listen, we got to do this when this stuff, but then when Laurie comes, oh shit! Now we have to like change up again. You know what I'm saying? So aside from just going at Giannis, we definitely got to put pressure on other aspects of the game too, like the opposing team's coaching staff. One guy as the counter to Laurie marking it is Olenek, man. I like Olenek. Olenek is he can shoot. He's been a Nick killer for as long as I can remember. He could put the ball in for a drive. He could hit the three. You know, I see you making the doodle face, man. What happened?
You you have 60 million in cap space. You can't bring me Lowry marketing instead of owning it. Like that's the best you got. Like,
But but who do you think is better though between the two?
Lowry marketing, and he got a higher ceiling. When Olenek averages 18 points and 9 rebounds in the season, then we could talk about it.
Yeah, but
Olenek is a goal, though. He is a goal.
yeah, that's what I was gonna say. But same thing with Laurie Marketing. He might have averaged 18. He might have had 9 rebounds at one point, but now he's in the doghouse with Chicago Bulls. Then don't even want him back on the team. So there's something there too. There's another conversation with that.
So the conversation with that is when you trade for Vujicic, who plays the five, he can't rim protect, right? And then you try to play him with Lowry Marketing. That's a stupid front court because both of them wants to do the same thing. And also, Lowry Marketing numbers went down because I forgot that Jim Boylan wanted him to play more on the perimeter. And shout outs to, I believe that was Bodega Wi-Fi. No, shout outs to Boost Mobile. And you're definitely right about that because I read articles about that. Jim Boylan wanted Lowry Marketing to not play near the basket. He wanted him to play on the perimeter, and that took away from Lowry Marketing's game. So, hey, I'm just saying. If we could get Lowry Marketing on a nice, good deal, I think we might really have to look into that. People call him soft, you call him glass man. You can say what you want. You can stereotype him if you want. You could say he was on the Bulls and this, that, and the third. That's on you. I strongly disagree with that. And Bertans is not better than Lowry Marketing. You're being very disrespectful, and y'all got to stop that garbage.
Bertans is better than thing. But listen, is Laurie Marketing going to help you with leadership? Is he going to help you with toughness? As far as banging on the inside and that type of thing.
So that's why I bring in Dwight Howard. You get what I'm saying? I'm trying to find, because I know for a fact you can't win with all young guys, right? People tell me all the time, yo, State, man, you want a team full of young guys? No, I don't want a team full of young guys. If you're going to get some goddamn vets, get the right vet. Marketing is Bogliani 2.0. Did you know Bogliani averaged 20 points per game a couple seasons? Stop.
Yeah, people forget about that. He did average 21 points that in Toronto. He wasn't completely, even with the Knicks, he averaged like 14 points a game. Now, he's not the best player, but he could have stuck around you because it's not just about the one player. You got to get the team together around the player. Yeah, but I
So
mean that adds to
go
the
ahead.
argument, though, right? That adds to the argument.
Yes, yes, and you get a guy like Dwight. Now you got Dwight, you got Larry Marketing, you got Mitchell Robinson, Julius Randle. I'm gonna say to be determined for Obi Toppin because me personally, I already shipped Obi to Cleveland. So I'm gonna say to be determined.
For Sexton, for anybody that didn't know that,
I, I've been shipped him to Cleveland. So Dwight, Lowry, Mitchell Robinson, Julius Randle. That's a nice mixture, front court mixture. And also, we got to think about Dwight now, right? This is the same guy who defended Ben Simmons. This is the same guy who was told he's a jokester. He didn't take the game serious and this, that, and the third. He's mature as hell now, and he won a ring. So, shit. Sign me up. Sign me up. Sign me up. And I think Lowry Marketing. I'm not looking to him for. I'm not looking to him for leadership, but I'm of the new school, and I feel like a locker room is everybody's locker room. But you gotta have 3 to 4 guys, two good cops, 2 bad cops to even out the playing field. And I think Dwight will help with that. I'm not really looking to Lowry for leadership though, honestly.
If you want to win, you got to look at everybody for leadership. Everybody got to
That's
be
true.
their own leader, So,
That's
let
true.
Larry Markkinen, like I said, I agree with you. We talked about it before. I like Larry, whatever. But since we both here, somebody got to disagree with you. You know what I'm saying? So just for the devil's advocate thing. But
Mhm.
if I could choose between Olenek and Markkinen, I would choose Olenek. Because he's coming off the bench, So I'm like see like that's another thing too. I'm not looking what's gonna happen like 5 years from now. I'm looking to
Mhm.
get the best situation right now, and
Mhm.
and who knows? It could last 5 years or it could last three. But then most championship teams they flip the roster anyway, tweak the roster. I should say every so often to keep the carousel going. Even the great teams like San Antonio, they didn't always keep the same players for all that. Tim Duncan, Tony Parker, and whatever era. Tony Parker wasn't even involved in the first championship. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? That was a bunch of guys that retired after like a couple years in the NBA, man. So you're always constantly flipping that roster to try to improve or to try to reinvent, the whole
Mhm.
thing. So this is always a constant thing, constant movement.
So let me try to convince people real quick, right? So my hypothetical, right? I've seen Larry Marketing come off the bench for the Bulls, so I know he could do it. Like I've seen him come off the bench for the Bulls and play games for them. I think it's just the situation he was in. Like, why the hell would I come off the bench for y'all and y'all don't even believe in me? So, Dahad, you mean to tell me Larry, PJ Tucker, Emmanuel Quickly, who else?
Dwight Howard, you like, right?
Um, in this situation, Dwight Howard is situation. Dwight Howard comes in backup center depending on who's the other team backup center. In this situation, I'm talking about Obi's already traded. Mitch, we re-signed Mitch for low. He's our starting center, and Larry Marketing is the backup center for him. Dwight is situational. So you got Larry Marketing. Let's say we signed PJ Tucker from the Bucks after he won the championship. Now you got PJ Tucker, you got Emmanuel Quickly. Those three coming off your bench. Who's the other 2 guys that could come off the bench with them so you can have maximum protection for a guy like Larry Marketing?
Wait a second. We're protecting Laurie Marketing now.
No. I'm saying you gotta protect Larry and Emmanuel Quickly. Quickly can't play defense for God for who knows what. we,
Well, I
we
mean, he's
know
not that
Quickly
bad.
can.
Quickly's
No,
not that
Quickly
bad.
is no, he's bad.
Is he gonna be bad forever though?
He ain't gonna be bad forever, but he was bad. He was worse than Marketing. You kidding me?
Well, the thing with Quickly, he just got to get stronger. So I think
All
just
right,
naturally him getting stronger, I think he'll definitely get better with
all right,
that.
all right.
Laurie Markkinen, he's not terrible defensively neither. Also too, he was jabber jaws with Julius Randle every time we played them.
Yo, that's a fact, yo.
Yeah, he was popping a lot of shit too. He would hit the three, and then be chirping on the other end too, man. So he does have toughness to him, man. So that's the thing. We definitely gonna need this just the inner like just belief in yourself, just that you're not afraid of the person in front of you. That's got to be the draw for any player that we get. But I get what you're saying. Just to get the defense. And what else are you thinking about as far as backup? Who would you want as backup?
So, uh, hmm, wow. So it's like three names. It's three names that keep coming back to me. It's Justice Winslow, it's PJ Tucker, and it's Will Barton. For some reason, those three names keep coming back to me.
They're good players. Will Barton, the thing with Denver, he's been with Denver basically just about his whole career, I believe, right? So it's going to be hard to pull him away from Denver. He would have to just want to play for Tibbs or something like that. There would have to be something to draw him away from over there. But these guys are also long in the tooth. PJ Tucker's 36 years old. So these guys' window is closing down, and also PJ Tucker is not really that great of a basketball player outside of him being like that goon, and he's a decent ball mover, that type of thing, corner three guy. You know what I'm saying? You can't really lose that skills, but he is 36 years old, so
This is just under the mindset, right? That we got Sexton and we got guys Burks and Bullock walk, right? And when you get PJ Tucker, he's old as hell, right? I understand that. So under that idea, this just me brainstorming. We drafted a young wing like Trey Murphy the third, and he's situational now. So I'm not looking. We're not really pressured to play a young wing because you got Will Barton, you got PJ Tucker, you got these other guys who's more seasoned, and then we don't gotta really put the onus on our young guys. And as far as Will Barton is concerned, dog, he just walked away from. I think he declined his player option, and he just walked away from $14 million. So I think Will Barton would take a little less to get a bigger role. And I wouldn't mind him on a role on the Knicks. I like Will Barton. I don't know about a lot of other people, but I'm starting that narrative. Like, I really enjoy watching him play basketball. Whenever I watch Denver, he was always the guy that stuck out. Like, yo, what this dude? He rebounding, he playmaking, but he defends. Oh, that guy.
yeah. Even in 2K, he was always on the bench. I would take him off the bench and make him my starting shooting guard whenever I play 2K. Will Barton's a very good player, man. If we get Will Barton, man, that would be tremendous, man. Because that covers so much things. Like, so you want to talk about Swiss Army knife? He could play he definitely could play the 3 and the 2. He can play a little bit of 1 if you need him to do that. Depending on whatever you're doing with the lineup and stuff like that. But regardless of whatever you think, he's still a good player. So I definitely would love to get him. But I think the thing with Will Barton, I think that he just wants more what do you call was that security. Because he only has that 1-year contract, so maybe he wants to get like locked in 3 years, for like the probably locked in 3 years, 14 million a year just for his own, just for his own thing.
I give him 3 years, 36 million. I give him the third year a team option. I would. But Will Barton, you're right, Trav. You're right. Will Barton, you pass the Bucks, right? But in this hypothetical, I already got Sexton in the building. I got Mitch. I got Randall. I got RJ. Now I need some goons, right? So now I got Will Barton. I picked up. We got Dwight Howard, right? We got let's say we signed Larry Marketing. We can compete with the Bucks with that. we could do so with that. Now I ain't really scared of the Bucks right now. I'm scared right now because I don't know what the roster is going to look like. But we could go at them with that roster, and not even the Bucks, even the Hawks, the guys who embarrassed us.
Yo, that's another thing too. We while we worrying about Giannis, we got to stop Trae Young too. Those are the two young stars in the Eastern Conference, at least, that we're never going to get rid of. As long as the Hawks are that revolving door, trying to get better. Because they signed a couple modest contracts they could put together to get like another superstar to play with Trae Young, and then they still got young guys. On rookie contracts too, so they're extremely dangerous team, to us, because they're definitely going to be right in front of us, doing whatever. So the potential is there for them to surpass us too, you know.
Yeah, watching Trae Young treat Reggie Bullock, Burks, and those guys like prison inmates, I don't want to see none of them vets back here. I keep thinking about it. I had nightmares. I woke up yesterday like 5 a.m, bro. I was in cold sweat, bro. I was thinking about what Trae Young did to Reggie Bullock, bro. I was in cold sweat, bro. Oh man, but I'm not worried about Trae Young, man. If we get Lonzo Ball, Sexton, I ain't really worried about Trae Young. I'm gonna be honest, especially if we get Sexton. If we get Sexton, Trae Young is gonna be the person who's gonna have to worry about it because he's gonna get hunted on offense for sure.
Yeah, but we're still gonna have to stop Trae Young from orchestrating that offense of his, over there in Atlanta.
That's true.
So I mean, here's the thing too, because you said, that you're afraid of Giannis, but you're not afraid of Trae Young because if you get Sexton, then Sexton will go at him. So then, how come you don't have the same thought process towards Giannis to get somebody to go at Giannis? Because with Giannis, you're like, oh my God, you want to do 52 blocks and all this other stuff to stop Giannis, from getting into the paint. But Trae Young, you just want to have Bruce Lee, go against like Jackie Chan. That's what you want to do. But Giannis, you setting up all this, all the stuff going on here.
Dahar, you're a funny guy. you know I love my narratives, man.
Yeah.
To be straight up honest with you, I see Sexton. The way I feel about Sexton, he can look Trae Young eye to eye and be like, bro, I could give you 40 right now in a playoff setting. When I think about Julius Randle and him looking Giannis eye to eye, it don't hit the same.
But it don't have to be Julius Randle though. We're talking about adding players to make the team better, and this, that, and the other. So how do you combat Giannis the same way that you combat Trae Young?
So, first of all, Randle's gonna have to get better as far as offensive IQ. I think he does not like. How can I put this? Randle just gonna have to get better, bro. Because when your matchup is a 2-time MVP, Defensive Player of the Year, first team All NBA, about to be an NBA champion, it's like it's a cause to pause, bro. It's like Hakeem versus Shaq. Like Giannis just scares me, bro. I never seen something like him, bro. Like 2009 LeBron, 2012 LeBron. Like the dude is 6'11". He could put the ball on the floor. He could play on the ball. He could play off the ball. He defends all 5 positions. He has no bag. He still averages 30. What the hell Randle is going to do with that? Now, if Randle got some goons with him, if he got Mitch, Laurie, Dwight, because you ain't beating Megatron alone. Optimus Prime ain't beating Megatron alone. He gonna need all the Warriors, bro. We gonna need we gonna need like 3-4 guys, bro. Literally, bro.
Yeah, but that's the thing though. We will need those guys because who did Julius Randle have? Like you can't put it all on Julius Randle because you said Julius Randle, he's gonna have to get this better, get that better. Julius Randle was playing for his life. So he had to do everything. He had to be point guard. He had to rebound. He had to shoot threes. You know what I'm saying? He had to score 30 in order for the Knicks to win. He had to have a perfect game every single time they played. Because who was he passing to? Elfrid Payton? He's gonna pass to what's the other? It's so bad. I deleted his name on my brain. Freaking Reggie Bullock. The second go-to guy was the other guy. Burks. Burks is the go-to guy coming off the bench.
I hate Burks, bro.
But I'm saying, look who we talking about. You know what I'm saying?
No, you're right. You're right.
So who does Giannis has now he got Middleton, that's his boy, and now he has Drew Holiday. But then he also got the Lopez brother. You know, and then he also got a couple other guys that are decent on the roster. The Knicks the Knicks won all those games and they didn't even have not even one of those guys. You want to say RJ Barrett? Well, RJ Barrett disappeared a lot this year. Even though he did average 17 and whatever he did, great player. No, not great player. He's going to be great. He's good now, but he's not Middleton. You know what I'm saying? He's not Middleton yet. He
You,
will be Middleton, but he's not Middleton last year. You know what I'm
you
saying?
being
So
disrespectful.
I'm not being disrespectful because Julius RJ was not Middleton last year. If he was, then we would
No, he
have beat
wasn't.
Atlanta. You know?
And no, I respect everything you just said. And you're right. Maybe sometimes I be too harsh on Julius Randle. Like maybe state. You gotta leave Julius Randle alone sometimes. So you know what? I'm excuse Julius Randle right now. Tom Thibodeau.
Oh
I'm
shit.
out on I'm out on Tibbs. I let it be known. I'm good giving him praise. I don't care about what he do in the regular season. I don't care. I'm not praising him on no podcast. I don't give a damn what nobody say. Thibodeau allowed Julius Randle to drown in the playoffs, and Julius Randle went to Thibodeau and asked him for adjustments, and he did not adjust. So, and Thibodeau was a liar because he said he was going, I'm going to do everything in the kitchen sink. That stupid 63-year-old lying, man. And he did the same thing the very next game. So, you're right. Back off on Julius Randle a little bit. A little bit.
But get him some help. Get him like two guys that can actually help out, offensively and stuff like that, and then we'll see. We'll see how that goes.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know.
Yo, go ahead.
Well, I was gonna say nobody likes DeRozan because he don't shoot the three. But if we had DeRozan, then Julius Randle don't have to worry about chucking up and pounding the ball into the ground because you can swing the ball around and now DeRozan got it and DeRozan can get the bucket and it gives Julius Randle a chance to relax and not have that pressure on him because somebody else could take that pressure. Sexton is another is like we already got Sexton. Me and you already got Sexton on the roster. You know what I'm saying? So Sexton got the ball, so that's going to take a lot of pressure off of RJ. It's going to take a lot of pressure off of Randle. Get us another guy, a fourth guy within that mix because we're not going to get a superstar. But if we can get four guys and then also have Mitch in there and then maybe get two more guys that can do something off the bench. Well, at least maybe at least one guy to come off the bench to do something. Now you're talking about a super. It is a super team now. Now you're talking about a lot of talent on one team. You're talking about like the Detroit Pistons when they played against the Lakers. You know, we have a lot of talent all over the team. You know, so I think that's how we got to do it because there's nobody out there that's going to save us, but there are players out there that can fill spots for us to make the team itself dangerous. You know.
Can all right. Can we stay on the DeMar DeRozan subject real quick?
Okay.
So each day that passes by, I'm warming up a little slowly. It's like slowly. I'm warming up to DeMar DeRozan. The reason I know he doesn't shoot a lot of threes. I know I know he's one of the best mid-range jump shooters in the NBA. But DeMar DeRozan gives you another layer to your offense because he did average 7 assists last season. He was playing on ball. He did play some point guard for the Spurs. He played the 4 for the Spurs. He played shooting guard for the Spurs. He played small forward for the Spurs. So he played 4 positions last season. He's also a dog. He also will chirp at you. So I'm still on the fence about it. But let me give you this hypothetical. So let's say you trade for Sexton, you sign Lowry, you sign DeMar DeRozan, you sign Dwight Howard. How do you feel about that team? gotta know.
Oh, my bad. I muted myself. Who's the first guy?
You sign, and this is with the hypothetical that you got Sexton or Lonzo on the roster. You got one of those two young guys on the roster. So you sign DeMar DeRozan, you sign Kyle Lowry, you draft Trey Murphy the third. You know, your young wing. Now he's situational. You got DeMar DeRozan, you got Kyle Lowry, you signed Will Barton, and you signed Dwight Howard. How do you feel about the team now, moving forward?
That's a good team.
Right.
Lowry, Lowry, he's getting long in the tooth, but for that hype, well, you said Sexton, right?
Yeah. So basically, your starting five is Sexton, RJ, DeMar, Sexton,
Julius.
DeMar, Julius, Mitch, and off the bench is Lowry, Quickly. You got Dwight. I still need a backup for, and I said we also signed Will Barton.
Well, I don't know how we signing all those guys, but if we was to get all those players, I think we could win the championship with that roster.
As far as Dwight going to get the vet minimum, we know that. We
Right.
know Kyle Lowry is probably going to get $20 million. You give him a 1+1 deal. Now, see, in this event, now you can convince me to sign guys for 1 year deals. In that event, because now I see what y'all doing. I can see the reason why y'all signed those guys to 1 year deals. But Lowry, he could get $20 million, a 1+1. DeMar DeRozan, he could get a 1+1. You know, that's probably that's around 45, 50 million. You know, Will Barton, give him a 1+1. That's like around 60 million. Kevin Knox might not be on the roster. And even after you trade for Colin Sexton, you're gaining about 7 million in cap space. And we got the MLE. We got the full MLE too. I think it's 6 million or 8 million or 9 million, something like that. But we got a lot of money, bro. We got a lot of money, bro.
You just described a championship contending roster right there. It's the truth. You just described a championship contending roster because you got Julius. You said we still kept RJ. We got Mitch. You got You said we got Sexton. Then you said we got DeRozan. You also said we had Lowry and we got Will Barton. And then throw Dwight Howard into the mix. And then now you get somebody mentioned Millsap. I forgot who said it first. But Millsap.
I don't like Trav. Shout out to Trav. Paul Millsap.
But you're talking about we have no money, so Millsap is coming in for the veteran minimum. But it doesn't have to be Millsap. It could be Melo. It could be whoever you think it could be. But it's going to be definitely for a minimum.
How did I forget my boy Melo? Oh, we got to revise that bench. My fault. I can't leave Carmelo Anthony off the team. My fault.
Yeah, there's a lot of salary on there, but I mean, it could happen. It can happen. We can go over the cap to sign guys with the mid-level exemption and whatever. So it is possible, man. So like you get a roster like that. I walk into the gym and I don't give a damn about no Giannis. You know what I'm saying? I don't care about Trae Young. Yeah. I don't care about nobody. Now we got our squad, and let's see who's the hardest team.
Yo, put that comment up real quick, bro. This May 4th comment.
May 4th is crazy, man. Which one did he put? Which one did he put?
This comment he just put.
This
Carmelo Anthony. What?
That's bad too.
I'd rather have Georgie Dang than Millsap. You're being very disrespectful.
That's disrespectful.
Yeah, that is disrespectful. I'll take Paul Millsap off the humble, but the only way I'm taking Paul Millsap is if we traded Obi Toppin and Kevin Knox and 2 first-round picks for like Colin Sexton. If we do, well, damn, that sounds like a lot. 2 first-round picks, god damn. But we haven't had a guard that scored 20 points in 17 years. So who the hell cares? It doesn't matter. Now, May 4th, Carmelo Anthony, nah. You're disrespectful to me because when Carmelo Anthony was traded to the Knicks, I was thinking we was going to win a championship. A decade later, I still love Carmelo Anthony, and I still want him back on my New York Knicks. Wow.
Carmelo Anthony also smacked the stuffing out of Marty Collins too. Let's not forget about that.
When?
People forget about that. They,
Yeah,
they
I
had a
forgot
they had
about
a
that.
they had a big fight with where Melo lost a lot of salary that year. Was like basically it wasn't a bench clearing brawl, but Nate Robinson was involved. What's the guy? Jared Jeffries. J.R. Smith was on Denver at the time. It basically started with just Nate Robinson mouthing off with some I forgot who but all those guys were in the mix, and then while everything was kind of like cooling off, out of nowhere Melo slaps Marty Collins and knocks him to the floor and backpedals out of the arena, and then we forgot all about it. You know what I'm saying? He became a nigga. It's like, oh man, put his number in the rafters. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, I was still welcome back, even though I say that I was still welcome back to the Knicks too. But I'm talking
Yeah.
about like that starting five and the rotation.
Mhm.
With Tom Thibodeau here, he's whatever we do with that. I think we can face Giannis and not even bat an eye. I don't think Giannis can mess with a team like that.
See, I would tweet that team, but I might get killed on Twitter. But that's a contending team though.
It
That's a
is.
team you're confident with. Is do Kyle Lowry see himself like? Do he want to join a championship contender? Because now it's up to them, right? Like Kyle Lowry, you're going on 36 years old. Do you want to go to the Lakers? Do you want to go to Miami? Do you want to go to those teams where you're just hopping on the bandwagon and those guys already got chips and or do you want to go play for your hometown team in Philly? Philly ain't got no money, so now would you be interested in coming into New York? It's close to Philadelphia. You're still near your family. We might be able to bring one of your best friends of all time, in DeMar DeRozan. And I think Lowry's a hell of a leader, by the way. I think he's a great, great leader, diehard. That's the one underrated thing that I believe Julius Randle needs. I think Randle needs a guy like Lowry, or just an old vet. I always say, I hate them vet point guards. Bring a vet point guard in if we sign one of these young point guards. But specifically for Julius Randle, though, he could look Kyle Lowry in his eyes and trust everything Lowry says. And if Lowry could get Kawhi Leonard, Serge, Marcus Gasol, Spicy P, Danny Green, Norman Powell, if he could get those guys to play together, imagine what he could do for us. He could go tell around, look, Randy, you don't see RJ open in the corner, man. What the fuck are you doing, man? You just gonna keep shooting, man? What's up with you? Yo, Mitch. You get the ball. Why you not shooting the ball, yo? I don't care what coach says. Shoot the ball, yo. I pass you mid-range jumper, shoot that damn jumper. Like, we need a guy like that, bro. I wouldn't mind.
Well, I mean that's what pisses me off about the whole point guard conversation anyway, because
Mhm.
Frank is not doing that. Frank is
No,
not. Frank
no,
is not
no,
telling
no, no.
Julius Randle, you have to pass the ball over here to the two. He's not gonna.
Yo,
He's
I'll
not
put
gonna
my
do
phone
that.
on the charger real quick.
You know what I'm saying? Like Frank is not doing that. Frank is not a point guard anyway. But say like everyone's favorite point guard, Lonzo Ball. Lonzo Ball's not doing that. They have a friendship. Him and Julius Randle. But when you're at war against another team to try to win a game, win a championship, somebody like Lonzo Ball to me is not going to be that guy to get the troops together or anything like that. But I will say this about the Knicks, when the Knicks made it to the finals and stuff like that in '99, even in '94 or whatever. I want to bring you to Chris Childs. When LJ hit that 4-point play, he came up the court like this, and then who's the first person in his grill? It wasn't a
Chris
great player.
Childs.
Yeah, Chris Childs is a bum. Chris Childs was a bum. State popped off real quick. But what's the name? Chris Childs was a bum. He averaged 12 points a game with the Nets. But he never really did much more than that. Yeah, he took a backseat to Charlie Ward, but he wasn't a great player. But at the same time, it's just the respect factor that he was able to reach LJ and bring him back to earth. You know. So
Yeah.
we're gonna need that from everybody, not just Kyle Lowry to get everyone together. Everyone has to get each other together, and everybody has to have their chance to spit off whatever needs to be said when it needs to be said. You know.
Hey, yo, what's up with your man May 4th? He just writing comments that he know I'm gonna see and get pissed off with.
Yeah,
What?
May 4th might need to take a piss test or something, man.
Yo, so May 4th. I love your commentary, brother. What
Yeah, I love May 4th. I'm messing with him, but go ahead.
he's wild cool. What Giannis would do with Nerlens Noel and his frail body. I'm good on Nerlens. No, Nerlens needs to walk. Alfred needs to walk. Bullock needs to walk. Burks needs to walk. If Taj come back to the Knicks, he needs to be in street clothes. And I'm kind of on the fence with Derrick Rose. I think I want Derrick Rose to walk too. With all due respect, I want Derrick Rose to go win a ring, but I want Quickly with the ball in his hands. Now Quickly was next to a guy like Kyle Lowry. Quickly would have the ball in his hands more. If you understand what I'm saying, dog.
Yeah, I got you. Well, one thing about Rose too, man, is that like when Julius Randle was popping off, there was nobody stopping him. The only person that could stop him was Derrick Rose, and Derrick Rose was kind of in the back, like, you know, like this, you know,
looking at him.
yeah, looking like the Dr. Doom meme that you always post with him sitting in a chair like this. That's how Derrick Rose was. Every time Julius Randle was popping off, that's how Derrick Rose was. So maybe he might not want to be involved in this, you know. Also, too, Derrick Rose, how much is it going to cost to bring him back? You know, and does Derrick Rose get us over the top? You know, having him come off the bench, is one thing, but we need a starter. And if we get a starter, we got Quickly to come off the bench. So we don't need Rose. Maybe Rose gave Quickly what he needed to have in his arsenal to get him to the next level. Maybe that was Derrick Rose's purpose here with the Knicks. Yep. But going forward, like that, like I said, you just added four guys. Definitely, we can definitely get possibly four guys to add to this team to take us to the next level. And then, back to being afraid. I'm not afraid of none of these cats, man. I'm not afraid of nobody at that point. Definitely.
Yeah, man. Yeah. The thing about Derrick Rose, like, I love Derrick Rose. I remember when he was 21. I remember his MVP season. I remember when he tore his ACL, and I was sitting in my mother's living room, and I was in shock. Like, I couldn't believe what the hell I was watching. Like, I just see Derrick Rose on the ground grimacing after he took a hop step going to the basket. So, with that said, I think a part of me wants Derrick Rose to walk. He's not great defensively no more. He's a turnstile. But at the same time, I just think if Quickly is going to grow as a playmaker and just as one of our guys, I feel like Rose would have to walk, honestly. Kyle Lowry's cool. And Kyle Lowry, I just feel like Kyle Lowry's a better leader than Derrick Rose. Just for some reason. And Derrick Rose, his play style, he's an attacking guard. Kyle Lowry's an attacking guard, but Kyle Lowry's more of a floor general than Derrick Rose. So it's tough. It's tough.
Yeah, Derrick Rose's personality too is more like Bob Marley now. Out of nowhere, he figured out how to be cool and mellow. Oh man, he hurt himself. Wow, man. Remember that he found out when Mitch hurt his hand, or whatever Mitch broke. It was his hand, right?
I think it was his hand or his ankle. It was something. He was like, oh man.
Yeah, he's like, wow.
It was genuine.
He's like, wow, I can't believe that, man. You know what I'm saying? But that's his personality. So like in the trenches, that's not going to be the guy to make Julius Randle snap out of it. That's not going to be the guy. Because we definitely going to need somebody to get to take Julius Randle off of that just to save him from himself, Julius Randle. So. Yes. Yeah, Lowry would be that guy. Definitely DeRozan too, because DeRozan will see Julius Randle going crazy and then cross somebody and then bang it on the team and show you, look, this is how you do it. I'm trying to get people to, because I mean we can grab these guys. Why not? Because Kyle Lowry already said it with the other guy, the guy from Villanova. They were on I forget the guy. I think they were on
Josh Hart.
Josh Hart, right? I forgot whose podcast they were on, but they were just talking randomly, and then they mentioned Tibbs, and they said, "Oh man, I love that guy." Both of them guys love Tibbs. You know what I'm saying? So there could be a possibility that he could come here because it's a lot of players don't care. Let's say like a Deron Williams. Deron Williams went to Cleveland, just to piggyback on a chip. I don't think Lowry's that guy. I don't think Lowry is gonna go to a team to piggyback on anything. Same thing with Chris. Yeah, same thing with Chris Paul. He's not gonna go to a team just to sit on the bench and just whatever. He still wants to play. He still thinks that he can compete and stuff. So I think Kyle Lowry is not gonna go to a team just to sit on the bench and do nothing. I think that he understands that the Knicks are close. He understands Tibbs is there. There's an opportunity to play with maybe one of his favorite coaches, and he's still got something left in the tank, and there's a spot available for him there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So yeah, and possibly his boy can come, like you said, DeRozan.
And think about it like this too: you could get DeMar DeRozan, and you still got some cap space for Serge Ibaka. And that just came to my brain. Serge Ibaka is a tough guy, but he could also space the floor and he could shoot the three. I think he's just so old now in NBA years. He looked the last time I seen Serge, he looked broken down, man. He looked like he can't even play no more. But
yeah, but that's one of those guys that we can get on the minimum, to fill out the roster.
Yep.
When after we spend all the big money on these big players, then we can go over, get the little veteran minimum guys just to fill it. That still got something left in the tank coming off the bench to give us some little production.
Right.
Yeah.
I guess we already then segued from Giannis to the roster construction thing. Now, I don't know if you have I'd take another flyer on Tim Hardaway Jr. and I will fly myself off the hospital roof. I think I would do that before I see Tim Hardaway Jr. in the Knicks jersey ever again. He was so bad. He had an argument with Trier over the fucking basketball. Really? So I'm good on him, man.
Yeah, low IQ player, very a guy that's always like you have to get Tim Hardaway Jr. mad in order for him to play good. So it's not really, just got to stay away from that kid.
So I don't know if you have the actual tweet up yet. I don't know if you could put it up yet, but they basically spoke about Ian Bagley, and Ian Bagley said the Knicks can punt another offseason and basically wait until 2022. Now, if you could play this video, I would love for you to play it, bro.
Okay, give me a second. I gotta do it over again. Let me stop sharing it. Share it over again.
And honestly, I was annoyed by that. I was extremely annoyed by listening to Ian Bagley and what he had to say.
I'm annoyed about listening to any of these beat writers. Shout out to Ian Bagley because he's the best one out of everybody. But I don't give a fuck what none of these guys got to say. I'd rather hear what you have to say. I'd rather hear what somebody else got to say. These sports writers don't know more than me. You know what I'm saying? That's just facts. These guys don't know more than me. So that's another thing too. A lot of people say, "Oh, did you hear what this guy said?" Who gives a fuck what he said? But anyway, we're gonna play the video. Let's do it like this.
With the NBA draft coming up next Thursday, all teams, including the Knicks, I'm sure, are pouring through dozens of different scenarios for draft night and for free agency, trying to determine what's possible, what is not possible. It's going to be interesting to see what the Knicks do next Thursday night. They have those 2 first-rounders, the 2 second-rounders. This will be the second draft under team president Leon Rose. Something worth noting here is as recently as last month, a source said the Knicks had talked internally about the possibility of holding enough cap space this summer for 2022 and keeping enough money around to be able to go after a max player in that 2022 class, which should include Zach LaVine and Bradley Beal. It's just interesting to note because that could inform how the Knicks approach this offseason. And again, I'm sure the Knicks are considering many different scenarios, but one of them is maintaining enough flexibility for the summer of 2022 to be in position to sign a max free agent that summer. I wouldn't be surprised if other teams that have cap space this offseason, teams like Toronto and Dallas, took a similar approach. People in touch with those teams believe that it's something that those teams are considering, holding off on their cap space this summer to have enough next summer to go after the top players in that 2022 class. So just something to keep an eye on as we approach the draft and free agency.
Yeah.
With all due respect, I don't give a fuck about 2022 free agency, bro.
Man, I don't give a fuck about 2022 free agency, bro. Like we just painted a beautiful picture of how we can get the roster better. Man, fuck 2022. The freaking Dallas Mavericks have no draft picks. You know, they're capped out. They got KP over there. Those are the guys that gotta wait till next year because they're freaking trash. You know what I'm saying? All these different teams that he mentioned, they're possibly gonna hold their cap space for next year because they are trash. You know what I'm saying? They already capped out to begin with, so they gotta wait till these guys get off the books. Anyway, you know what I'm saying? Right now, the Knicks got the money in the bank. Atlanta didn't wait. Atlanta went inside Gallo. They went inside Bogdan. They went inside whoever they need to sign. And look at them. They made it to the Eastern Conference Finals. You know what I'm saying? The Knicks can do the same thing. There's more than one way to do things.
Bro, we've been sitting on magical cap space since 2017, bro. I'm tired of hearing about the Knicks want to wait for the next season for a max superstar free agent. The Knicks' best free agent in the past 20 years is Julius Randle. That's what we got.
That's the truth, right?
It's the truth. It's laughable. So we sitting here and we begging for more saviors. When will y'all learn? We did this in 2010 with LeBron. I'm still hurt by that, by the way. I was 20 years old. And I was gassed out. I said, yo, we're going to get LeBron. Yo, we're going to get LeBron.
That was 11 years ago.
Really?
Right? You said you was you was 20. You're 31 now, right? That was 11 fucking years ago. So how many years are we gonna wait? You know, like 11 years ago, I was freaking 31. Holy shit, I'm 42 now. So are we supposed to wait another 11 years when I'm like 50 something? When I'm getting my free donut at Dunkin' Donuts, I'm supposed to keep waiting. Oh, let's wait for this guy. Let's develop him in 5 years, in 7 years, man. What the hell? What is going on here?
Yo, that shit blows my mind, bro. Then you miss out. You miss out on LeBron, which causes you to trade the whole shebang for Carmelo Anthony because Carmelo bluffed y'all and said he's gonna go to the New Jersey Nets when y'all should have took his bluff, right? Traded our first round picks. Then we traded more first round picks to try to get Carmelo Anthony help for Andres Bargnani. Now I'm still looking at Jamal Murray. I still think about Jamal Murray scoring 50-plus points last year, and I'm looking at Frank Ntilikina, and he could barely score 20. Like, really? I'm not going through that, bro. I don't care about free agency. I'm not over here saying, yo, we gonna need to sign a superstar. I don't give a damn about free agency, bro. This summer, bro, Tony Douglas, Moutier, Trey Burke, Alexis Sheed. Do you got that? Jeremy Lin. What's more names, bro? I can't even.
I think you said too many already, man. I gotta you're hurting my soul, man.
Bro, we missed out on Kevin Durant. We went through a whole year of Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving rumors for them to go to Brooklyn, and you dudes are still sitting here on magical cap space and trying to lie to the people and say, "Yo, we're gonna get a superstar free agent." Well, motherfucker, Kawhi ACL Kawhi ain't gonna be in the goddamn free agency. So who are we waiting for?
It's the articles. These guys gotta write articles. That's all it is. They're not writing no articles talking about Sexton and talking about this guy. All these good players that don't have no problems in the media, nothing like that. Those are not gonna sell newspaper, and it's not gonna get anybody to click any links. You know what I'm saying? But what will get somebody to click some links is a freaking championship. You know what I'm saying? So, we just gotta like stay the course, meaning just just get ready to pounce on something special. And I think that we're close, man. Like in the beginning of this podcast, you said that we weren't close. Now look at you. Now look at your state.
It's all about convincing, brother. It's all about talking somebody off the ledge. That's all it is. Like when you have the actual conversation, you sit there, you be like, all right, okay, I got Randall, okay, most improved player, all-star, okay, I got a little 21-year-old RJ Barrett. All right, cool. Nice look, nice wing. Defensive field goal percentage better than Kawhi Leonard and a couple of supposedly great defenders like Luke Dort. Okay, we got Mitchell Robinson. All right. Quickly, all right. 40% from three, 21 years old. All right, we got some things here. But like I said before, dog, this offseason is going to tell me a lot about our management office. And as far as 2022 is concerned, Die Hard, let me ask you a question. Yo. What the fuck is Bill and Zach LaVine going to help us beat the Bucks? What's that going to do to help us?
They can't help. They can't even beat Nigeria. It's the truth.
So Zach LaVine and Bill are good players, right?
Yeah.
They're good players. We both understand it. But both of them are like 6'4", 6'5". They play no defense whatsoever. And they're going to I'm good on both. Like, if we were saving cap space, like, that's what we saved cap space for 10 years for? That's what I waited for 10 years for, dog? That's what I waited 10 years for Zach LaVine and Bradley Beal? No franchise game changer. Now, if Giannis was on the market, if Giannis didn't sign his deal, then we could have that talk. If Giannis didn't sign it. But he did, and he's about to win a ring. And he's in our conference. Come on, man.
Yeah, I'm not sold on Beal because I watched him curse out a bunch of high school kids. You know, he's supposed to be giving them motivation or whatever before their championship game, and he's cursing these kids out. I'm like, why is he cursing at these kids? You know, he's supposed to be like giving them insight, or whatever. But let me tell you right now, ain't none of y'all motherfuckers better than me. You're like what the like? Why are you telling these kids this, man? You know, so I mean, it's just his mentality. He's a little bit arrogant for me. I didn't even know he was like that. You know, but he's a little bit like the chip on the shoulder. During games, he didn't want to give guys pounds on the team, and
I like that.
Yeah, remember that he was walking back and forth on the court like he didn't want to be on the court. Like, get out of here with that. Zach LaVine, he's just learning how to get there. You know, he's really good. He got himself, you know, to the point where he's like a big time scorer in the NBA right now. But he's learning the next thing. He's learning how to win and stuff. So, you know, and he's a good kid. So I'll give him that. But he's not there yet. You know, I don't know if he's ever going to get there. You know.
Let me give you. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Let me give you two lineups. One was Sexton, one with Lonzo. I'm gonna give you two lineups. You tell me which lineup is closer to a championship. Now, this is the beginning of the 2022 season. Now, one lineup is Lonzo Ball, Zach LaVine, RJ Barrett, Julius Randle, Mitchell Robinson. That's one line, right? So it's Lonzo Ball, Zach LaVine, RJ Barrett, Julius Randle, Mitchell Robinson. Now the second lineup is Colin Sexton, Colin Sexton, Bradley Beal, RJ Barrett, Julius Randle, Mitchell Robinson. What group is closer to a championship?
I had to mute myself just for the feedback and stuff, but you can. I don't think you can have Lonzo and LaVine together.
Why not?
I guess you could. I'm just kind of like talking out loud. Sex and Beal together with RJ, Julius, and Mitch. You know, I'm looking at styles of play because I mean, if you got Zach and Lonzo there, now you're going to be talking about a team that's going to be looking to run more. You know, that team's going to be looking to run more. With Sexton and Beal, they're going to be more half court isolation kind of thing going on there. So I mean, it's either or. Those are like pretty much a wash for both teams, really. You know, because Sexton is going to be looking to score. Beal is going to be looking to score. You know, Beal is not really the nicest guy out there. You know what I'm saying? So, and Julius Randle's going to want the ball, and then RJ, you know, that's the potential there. There could be a lot of fighting going on there with that roster. You know, Zach LaVine, I think he would be more open to pass, and Lonzo, he's looking to pass. So that might have a little bit more balance to that roster, I think.
The reason why I asked you that question is because it always go back to the famous word, egos.
Yeah.
NBA players have egos. And the reason why I said those two specific lineups is because those are the lineups that was presented to me on Twitter, and people talking about Lonzo, Zach LaVine, RJ Barrett, Julius Randle, and you just said it. And I hope everybody listen to what you just said. Like, it's going to be a lot of infighting. One guy's going to want the ball, another guy's going to want the ball. Now a lot of you fans really realistically got to ask yourself, do Julius Randle, we called him King of New York, people who anointed him MVPs of the city, I gave him the keys of the city. Cool, I respect it. Is his ego low enough where he will allow somebody else to eat? When the Knicks figure that out, I think everything else will be easier, bro. I think everything else will be easier. Honestly, just for me. 3 years now. This your third season playing with RJ Barrett. Randall, I should see you passing the ball way more to that kid. And Tibbs too. He gotta change. He gotta change as well. Goddamn Tibbs.
Well, I think in all these situations, Julius Randle's still going to be dribbling the ball a lot, being the point guard. But the thing about it with Beal, I don't think I think Beal is going to be the one with that roster. Even if you take Sexton out and put Lonzo Ball there instead of Sexton, Lonzo Ball with Beal is still that guy that's going to be the one that's going to be like, I want the ball, and then Julius Randle is going to be like, wait a second, this ain't your team. I could totally see that happening if Beal comes to the Knicks.
Yo, Trav B. Ryan, Julius has no ego. Brother, did you watch the playoffs when RJ Barrett did a miscue against the Hawks and Julius Randle tried to blame him for that when it was actually on Julius Randle? Like, did you not see Julius Randle with Fat Joe calling him the King of New York? Did you not see fans on Twitter calling me stupid because I called Julius Randle a championship third option? Like, you got to stop, bro. Y'all giving him this ego. I'm telling you he got an ego. I'm telling you, this how you'll know if he got an ego or not. And Die Hard, I'm going to throw this at you. If Julius Randle declines that option this summer, $26 million, and we know that's a great deal for a guy like him because it allows the team to build easier with him on the roster. If he declines that and he wants his full max, how will you feel then?
Well, if Julius Randle wants more money,
he wants his full max. He declined the $26 million, knowing that the team it's a team thing, and you got to pay a lot of guys in order to bring him help. How do you think that's ego? Do you think that's no? I want my money. Like, how would you feel about that?
well, I don't think Julius Randle's going to be like, nah, I need my bread. He's not one of those guys. I don't think. But at the same time, it's okay for him to bet on himself. He could be like, oh, listen, I'm going to decline this. I want the max, so let's play it out, and I'll wait till the next year to get the big money. You know what I'm saying? But then, he might be betting on himself, and then it might backfire. He might hurt himself, or he might not play as good. And then now that the money where it was 26, maybe it might go down to 20 now.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. That's tough. The name that came to my head just now, DeMarcus Cousins, bro. DeMarcus Cousins, bro. That's another thing too, Trav. Shout outs to you. I love what you just said too. Julius Randle, that's the one thing I love about him a lot too. He's self-aware. I know he's not stupid. He's very self-aware. So if his ass is self-aware, he better self-aware his ass next season to take less shots and let those boys eat. That's what he need to do. Self-aware yourself next year playoffs and play better. 17 points per game, 27% from the field. Stupid. Oh my God, Tibbs.
But the thing with Julius, I think he puts a lot of that pressure on himself, though. He carries that pressure. I think that's what killed him too. When all the people got there, and then it was all on him to do whatever. I think he put that extra pressure on himself, and that he was just in a pot boiling like a lobster. You know what I'm saying? So, but that's the thing. Yeah, like a lobster. You know what I'm saying? That's how he was in the pot, MSG. But like I said, if we get him help, then he don't have to worry about that. Now I can come down and play because I know it ain't Julius. I mean, not Julius. It ain't. See, I already deleted his mind. Out of my mind. Reggie Bullock. You know what I'm saying? He don't got Reggie Bullock running on the wing. He don't got Alfred Payton. You know what I'm saying? If he got Sexton on one side, and then I don't know, Well, let's say Kyle Lowry on one side as the point guard, and then
You say
DeRozan,
Carmelo Anthony, just the
or
pitch made 4-4.
yeah, Carmelo Anthony or whoever, man. Because I mean, it could be a plethora of players. It could be like the guys that you said. It could be Lonzo and Zach LaVine. If Julius got Zach LaVine running with him on the wing, and he can give the ball to him and let Zach LaVine get 30 tonight. And then maybe let RJ get 25, let Zach LaVine get 30, and maybe he'll get 14 tonight. As long as he gets like 8 assists and it does everything else he's supposed to be, that's going to be good for the Knicks right there.
Yeah, that's dope. That's dope.
Yeah.
I'm not. I gotta stop worrying myself about Julius Randle. Hopefully, once we get way more talent on this team, hopefully he doesn't have to play in a role that I've never seen him. I never thought he should have been in. And the one in Tibbs put him in that role last season, and he was great at his role, evident by having one of the best Knicks seasons I've ever seen in my life, putting up Larry Bird numbers. But that was in a season where it was 72 games, COVID riddled, injury plague, 2K fans in the stands. Now, I just need him to come back next season, just come back more prepared, come back better. But it's not all on him. Management needs to not sit on the asses this offseason. That's all I'm praying for. They cannot just not do no moves. They can't have a repeat of 2020 no more. You got some cap space. You got 2 first-round picks. First things first, make sure you get me a guard. That's first things first, especially for Randall and RJ. They need it bad.
Yeah, they can't let these podcasts be done in vain, man. Because I know we talk about all these different things, man. So if me and you are talking about it, and all these other podcasters that are on at the same time, if they're talking about all this stuff too, then the guys that are leading us, they got to be having these same conversations. So if we enter this off season and then we still playing patchwork and all that, there's gonna be a lot of upset people, man. We're gonna be pissed.
Oh,
because I mean, like at that point, where are we trying to get to?
Yeah.
So that's the only thing. If the Knicks decide to get DeRozan, if they decide to trade for this guy, even if they go off the deep end and trade for Dame, which I think everybody's already on the same page. Nobody really wants to do that. But if he was to dump the whole thing and go get Dame, then it has to be a plan. It can't just be that. It has to be, like a big plan that you have together to get this thing done, to get to where we need to go, That's all I care about. Is just get a plan and just go full out on it. Let's just make it happen.
That's a fact. I think we're going to get a glimpse of that plan. I'm going to predict a draft night trade for the Knicks. We're going to have at least minimum 2 trades on draft night, and we will be doing. We're going to be doing a live show. I'm going to be watching the draft on my phone, so we definitely going to see a new beginning for the Knicks draft night. I think something special is going to happen. I don't know what it is, but I really believe in Leon Rose, and I just believe in our management. I just hope they don't do nothing stupid. That's all I care about. Just don't do nothing stupid, and make sure you get these boys some help, man. No more Reggie Bullocks, no more Alfreds, no more Burks and Nerlens. Nah, man. Get us some real goddamn talent, please. Lord. Well.
Yep.
Anything else, dog?
No, man. Like we always do. We always get it from we dig deep, and pull it straight out. Whatever, man. We always talk about everything in depth. It's crazy.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Everybody's been very active in the chat, man. Appreciate everybody.
Nah, that's a fact. That's a fact, man. I appreciate y'all, man. Tribe, Bodega, Wi-Fi, Make of Canal, Audi, my fault. Young Simba, shout outs to you. G Fresh TV, shout outs to you. Yeah, some of the usuals. Raphael, shout outs to you. Boost Mobile, shout outs to you. But y'all know where to find us, man. Stitcher, Player FM, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, anywhere that got a podcast, man. Y'all know where to find us. Spotify, it doesn't matter. Die Hard State of Mind. I think this is episode 12 or 13. It got to be one of the. That's all I got, dog.
Yeah, I'm muted. I got to keep muted, man, because you got to get those headphones. Like I keep telling you, because if I don't mute myself, then it messes up your audio.
So what I want you to do is
Oh
just
shit.
write to me headphones. Just write to me headphones on Instagram. So the next time I look at my Instagram, I'm gonna bring my headphones in and let me make sure. Yep, I got a headphone slot right here. So the next time we record a podcast, I definitely will have my headphones and they're noise canceling headphones, so they're gonna be great. So I got you on that one. Just please remind me, I got you though, bro.
Yeah, man. You guys got to tell State about the headphones. The headphones it keeps the sound here rather than everywhere. And it doesn't interfere with the mic. So you guys get the best quality sound here. But yo, this is a milestone for me here, man. I'm waiting to announce it, but I finally got over 1,000 subscribers.
Oh,
So shout out to Trav B Ryan. He's the first person to ever give me a super chat. So shout out to Trav B. You know, if you see me in person,
salute,
man, I
man.
might kiss you on the mouth, bro. So
Yeah,
no
salute,
homo,
man.
but I'm gonna kiss you, bro. So get
Nah,
ready.
salute, man. Salute, man. 1,000 subscribers. Man, I just reached 1,000 on Twitter after my Twitter got deleted last year. So I know you feel good about it, man.
Yeah. Shout out to
Salute to your show.
Yeah, shout out to freaking State. State, you are freaking crazy, man. Because through the show, or whatever. A lot of people that follow me now they following you, especially people at my job and stuff. Say, yo, man, who's that kid you keep doing podcasts with, man? That motherfucker is crazy on Twitter. What's wrong with him? Explain this shit. Explain what he's saying. I don't get it. Like he's saying all this other stuff. Yeah, man, you're like a whole different man, different animal on freaking Twitter, man.
That's why I got to do the live streams, yo.
Yeah,
I
yo,
you got to bring me back to earth.
that's why I'm not on Twitter. I have to do this live stuff because I can't get with the Twitter. Half of the stuff that you be saying on there, man, like and the stuff that people say back to you, man, I be wanting to take my earrings off and tie my hair up and stuff, man, and go pay people a visit. You
Yeah,
guys be going real crazy sometimes.
bro. I listen. My circle of friends, like we all talk to each other aggressively. Like that's not really that stuff don't really bother me, bro. Like people got their takes, I got my takes. I don't never take none of that stuff personal. I am gonna curse you out, but I never take none of that stuff personally,
I don't take it personally, but I am gonna curse you out though. But
bro. Yeah, you're gonna get cursed out real bad, but don't take it personal because I'm not taking what you saying to me personally. Honestly,
yeah, I got you. I am though. that's how I get down. Like what'd you say? What you said? 52?
So what you said? Nah, but salute to the chat, man. Salute to everybody, man. Please like the show, like and subscribe to my guy Dawah Knicks channel, man. I'm not on YouTube yet, man. That's not really my lane. That's their lane. I like my lane of just straight audio, and then we do this show. That's my lane. Until then, salute to you, my guy Dawah Knicks. Salute to the chat. I appreciate y'all. I'm getting ready to go home so I can get a chopped cheese and some Sprite soda.
Soap,
Bro.
and water.
Oh,
Soap and water.
Oh, Purell. Oh, the Purell machine still broke. Yeah, I got.
Oh my god! Wash your hands, man.
I got some alcohol pads.
Oh my god!
All right, y'all. I holla at y'all, man. I appreciate y'all, man. All right, dog.
Yeah, peace, brother.
All right, bro.
Yeah, before we go, I just want to say, Trav, I'm married too, man. So if you won't tell, I won't tell. So anyway, thank you guys for tuning into that dire state of mind. I almost feel like crying, man. It took me like 11 months to get 1,000 subscribers. I already got the what do you call the watch hours? I've been had that like a while ago, but finally hitting that 1,000 subscriber mark is a big milestone for me, man. So I appreciate everybody in the chat. Knicks Community Podcast, man. These are my guys here, man. So I really appreciate you guys supporting me through all the lists, and then we're just gonna keep it going, man. Because there's room for everybody. I tell Knicks Community, I tell State, there's room for everybody to do something, man. But as long as everyone supports each other and change the channel, just like anything else. You watch Netflix, you watch Hulu. There's so many different ways to get your entertainment, and you can watch now, watch later. Everybody got a chance to eat. So anyway, thank you guys for supporting as always, and I'll see you guys at the next one. The next one will be very shortly, man. Probably tomorrow. All right, so see you guys at the next one. Peace.